What's up, Real World Climbers? This is a video you've been waiting for. This is the full tour of Real World Climbing Headquarters number 5. This video is flat out going to be the finished product of this build. If you're interested in seeing any of the process that it took to build this, then I'll put the playlists up here and you can check those out. So here we are outside the garage, and this is the entrance to the garage. It is a one-stall garage, so it's not super wide. And we're just kind of entering in here. So this is storage. And then I also built some storage over here. Up above me, we've got our signature RWC, Real World Climbing, and that's kind of our stamp here. Additionally, over here on this side, I have a pegboard, and that's where I'm hanging things like my speakers and chalk and all kinds of other things, my wrenches. And we'll keep working our way in here. So there literally is just this for an entrance. And on each side, I have climbing. So we enter into essentially a climbing room. The first piece that we'll talk about is the main feature, and that is the MoonBoard behind me. So we've got the 2016 setup with the LEDs as well. I've done the LEDs a little bit different than the specifications. Instead of putting the hole for the light directly below the hole for the light is down and to the right. So this LED light here is for this hold. So that makes it a little bit easier to see the hold when you're above it and you're looking for footholds. The other feature of that is there's actually T-nuts behind each of those holes as well. And so if I ever get rid of this specific setup, I have holes already ready for more climbing holds. And I even have future plans for this to basically double it up. So I have 2 MoonBoards, 1 LED set. It's gonna be epic. Moving over this direction, we have the other main wall, which is the 20-degree wall. And so this 20-degree wall is 8 feet wide as well. And what's nice about this one is it actually extends up into the ceiling to get to 12 feet. I've got this one set up as a spray wall right now, so you can follow me on any of the spray wall apps. My preferred one is Retro Flash. And so if you search for Real World Climbing or RWC HQ5 on the Retro Flash app, you'll be able to see my wall. You can set climbs on my wall. It'd be awesome. Between these two, I have this transition here. And so that is these different triangle shapes that make it so that it fills in the gap, and it makes for some unique angles. So those were the first 2 walls that I built. And then I just kind of threw up some stuff here behind me on this third side, which is a vert wall. Vert and slab is not my favorite terrain when it comes to indoor climbing because just all of the holds protrude out and it just seems like it's always really, really easy. But with the space that I had allowed, that's kind of what we got going on there. My son Gavin calls this the Gavin board. And so that's where he does a lot of his stuff, but it is a good transition. And I do have some slopers and some more technical pieces that I'm trying to make work. One of the initial reasons why I did this wall as well is because of storage. I didn't want to store these sheets of plywood, so might as well throw them up on the wall. We're going to spin over here a little bit and we're going to see the newest addition to Real World Climbing Headquarters, and that is the 30-degree wall. 30 degrees overhanging, and it goes up to the 9-foot mark, and then that goes up with our Ninja wall. The 30-degree wall also ties into my campus board, and the campus board is a 5-rung campus board, except it's 5 rungs times 2 because I've got the 3/4 inch small little crimpy ones, and then I've got the 1.5 inch as well. When I tied in the campus board to the 30-degree wall, I just kind of tied it in, and so I have this little bitty transition piece as well, and this is at 50 degrees overhanging. As you saw when we entered, we have the shelving behind this wall, and then we also have storage behind the main wall. And so this storage goes all the way back and behind the MoonBoard, And so you can access all the T-nuts, you can access all the LED lights. And we also have our hangboard up here. So this is my Nycros hangboard that I've had for over 20 years. And then I've added in these two Synrock ones here for some slopers and pinches, because I've kind of found that it's hard to find a good sloper for a hangboard. So that's what I've been using. I like to feature some of the pieces that make my wall unique. And what I've done is I've just taken some extra spare sheets of plywood and I've put them on the arretes of the walls. And so that way you can kind of bump up the arretes and have holds. And this is textured paint as well, so if you wanted to literally just bump up the arete itself, that's definitely possible. And I also like to find little odds and ends and pieces of the wall that can be used as holds. And so at the top of the MoonBoard are these rails that can be used as handholds and like jug finishes. And then up here, I just kind of made some makeshift holds in the joist work. One of the concepts I've developed over the years that I really am proud of is the use of 2x12 as a kicker. And so depending on how high of a kicker you need, you might not need to frame it out at all. This is just 2x12s that are stacked this way, and then you can use screw-on holds for the footholds down there. And then I also put some of these roof jugs and just a little section of roof up here as well. Got the LED lights for ambiance, and then I've also got these can lights above to light up the room. All right, so that's Real World Climbing Headquarters Part 5. If you ever find yourself in the Denver metro area, I'm for real. I'm all about this Real World Climbing community. And so if you want to hit me up in a DM on Instagram at Real World Climbing, I'd love to connect with you and maybe even climb with you, host you here at the headquarters. It'd be great. Thanks a ton for checking out this tour of Real World Climbing Headquarters. If you are liking this content, give it a like, and I'd love it if you would click the chains on the subscribe button, and that way I can see you in future videos. See you soon.